Welcome to Adventist Research. Today we'll talk about global research projects commissioned by the General Conference in recent years. We have Dr. Trim here, Director of the Office of Archive Statistics and Research, which is responsible for overseeing research projects. Dr. Trim, this year 4 global research projects have been completed. What projects were they? And who led these projects in division?
Thank you, Galena. Our office is commissioned to gather and analyze data for strategic planning. This year, we completed Global Church Member Survey 3, an Adventist Pastors Survey, a Church Leadership Survey, and an Institutional Workers Survey. We contracted with several research teams who carried out these projects in divisions. The Adventist Pastors Survey and Institutional Workers Survey were led by Dr. Robert McIver and his research teams from Avondale University in Australia. The Church Leadership Survey was carried out by our office with the help of division secretaries. As for Global Church Member Survey 3, we had 8 research teams. First was what we call the Meta-Analysis Research Team with Doctors Carl Bailey, Dwayne McBride, and Shannon Tricarton from Andrews University. They developed the questionnaire for the survey and analyzed the overall global data. Dr. Elizabeth Roll and her team were responsible for administrating this survey in 3 African divisions. Dr. Peter Chinchala and his teams implemented the survey in 5 divisions and 2 unions: the North American, Trans-European, Euro-Asia, Southern Asia, and Northern Asia-Pacific divisions, and the Chinese Union Mission and Ukrainian Union Conference, which are attached directly to the General Conference. Rodrigo Romanelli at the South American Division headquarters was responsible for the survey in that division. In the Inter-American Division, Dr. Andres Diaz Valadares and his team from Montemorelos University were responsible for implementing the survey. In the Southern Asia-Pacific Division, Dr. Jimmy Adel from Mountain View College headed the survey implementation team, which had members from several different universities. Dr. Peter Beamish of Avondale University led the research team in the South Pacific Division, and finally Dr. Andreas Bochmann and his team from Friedensau University surveyed church members in the Inter-European Division.
You mentioned that the Global Church Member Survey was the 3rd of its kind.
Yes.
And when were the 2 other surveys implemented? Are there any differences between them?
In 2012 and 2013, we surveyed church members in 9 divisions. The sample size was more than 26,000. The second church member survey was carried out in 2017-2018 in all 13 divisions. We saw more enthusiasm and willingness in all fields to participate. The sample was more than 63,000. The third church member survey has had the largest sample, about 150,000 responses. Data was collected in the last 2 years. This time, all divisions and 2 attached territories participated in the project. There are some differences between the surveys apart from the size of the samples. We added some questions to surveys on the areas where we saw signs of some doctrinal confusion, for example, the state of the dead, righteousness by faith, and health issues. And we clarified some questions to get more precise answers.
Do we have any data on the commitment of our members to the Seventh-day Adventist Church?
Yes, Galena. In the 2018 Church Member Survey, we asked this question that you see on the screen. A majority said it would be very likely for them to attend the Adventist Church for the rest of their lives. 82% said that.
You mentioned the Global Adventist Pastor Survey. Is this the first one? Who have participated in it?
Thank you, Galena. We conducted a similar survey 10 years ago in 2012-2013 with the help of Dr. Roger Dudley of the Institute of Church Ministry. Last time the sample was 4,260 pastors. This time it is 12,760. This survey was of pastors working in local congregations and not administrators.
It would be interesting to know how pastors view their calling. Can you share the results from the previous survey?
Yes, the findings were very pleasing. 96% of pastors said that they knew that God had called them to be a pastor. 95% reported that they enjoyed being a pastor, and 91% affirmed that being a pastor seems to fit their spiritual gifts. We asked similar questions in the New Adventist Pastors Survey. We also asked whether they have some concerns, need more support, more education, are supported by their families, and so on.
Yes, pastoral ministry is not easy. A pastor should feel God's call to be able to go through all the hardships and sacrifices that pastoral ministry brings. We don't talk much about church administrators, actually. Their work also includes moving to other places, traveling, being absent from their families almost regularly, actually. So do we have any data on their family support?
Yes, we asked this question last time and this time too. And the question should go up on the screen in a minute. Findings from the 2018 Church Leadership Survey show that fortunately, families of our church leaders support their ministry. 80% said they support it to a very large extent, and an additional 16% said they support them to a large extent.
Very good. Regarding the institutional workers survey, it took a long time to finish it. Employees from what Adventist institutions have participated in it?
Yes, we started this project in 2016 and completed it this year. We received 13,669 completed questionnaires from employees who worked in Adventist educational institutions, including preschool, elementary or primary, secondary and tertiary institutions, and who worked in hospitals and clinics, media centers, publishing houses, food industries, and welfare agencies, including ADRA.
These surveys are really impressive. But when and where can our viewers see the findings of these global projects?
Galina, the public release of data will be in January 2024, and it will be on our website, adventistresearch.info. That's adventistresearch.info. Reports from previous surveys are also available under the Reports button at the top of the web page. Choose there Research Projects commissioned by the General Conference, and it will take you to the reports.
Now there is a survey fatigue, actually, because people are surveyed at every step. Did you feel this too? Are you grateful to those about 180,000 Adventists around the world who took part in this global project?
Yes, indeed, we're very grateful to this extraordinary number of church members. The fatigue is there, especially with longer surveys. We plan to make the church members survey shorter next time. And we are very grateful to everyone who helped the World Church to get the data. We are also thankful to the divisions that helped facilitate data collection. We've shared the research data with division administration and with all who are interested in research. Again, visit adventistresearch.info, where you can sign up for our research newsletter and read our blogs. We believe this will bring positive changes in your life and in the ministry of your church or organization.